What's up, everyone? The name that everyone you love, trust. It's your boy, Tim, better known as the managing editor of the Diecast Collective. Anyway, tonight, depending on what part of the world you're from, we're doing a Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4. And like I had one the other day, somebody messaged me, personally text me and says, "Hey, you love Mitsubishi 3000 GT VR4s?" I said, "Absolutely. It's one of my favorite Japanese cars, and there's a reason for it." I'll go into a brief story about it. Um, I remember when I remember back in the day when I was a kid when the Eagle Talent came out. Um, anyway, I was a big Eagle Talent fan, still am, and I'm also a Mitsubishi Evo Lancer Evo. This kind of car, the 2000, the FTO and GTO, and all those Japanese cars. So I was into all this and the stealth and all of them. So back then I was like, all right, well, I'm into this Japanese culture. I started to get into it because I dipped my toes in it a little bit when I was a young kid. I used to collect Matchbox and Hot Wheels, like Japanese forms and stuff. Anyway, so and other knockoff companies as well. So anyway, one day I go and I see this white talent coming by my neighborhood, and I'm like, and I'm not going to mention the person's name. I just keep it refer it as the car. So I seen this white talent going by, and I'm like, oh, nice car. Look, I walk by one day and I look right on the back of its Eagle Talent. So I'm like, ooh, cool. And then when I heard the news years later that Eagle Talent got bought by Mitsubishi, I was like, wow. But, and then also at the same time, and I gotta watch what I say because I don't want to get hit with copyright strikes. So I'm being very specific on what I'm saying. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Mitsubishi bought the rights to the Eagle Talent and the name. So anyway, and then Dodge came up and said, "Hey, let's have a working relationship," and they did. They had a working relationship. They built all those all-wheel drive cars, and this is one of them that came out of the JDM versus um, Dodge. So this is a car that came from that particular era, and I was super happy about it and all that. And then later on in 98, 99 was when they cut ties, and I was kind of like bummed. But at the end of the day, that's what the way that the 90s were to me, especially with the Eagle Talent and the Mitsubishi side of things, and also Dodge getting all together, working, and actually collaborated. I love that kind of stuff. It makes me happy to see two different car companies can join together, join forces, make a mutual relationship up, and have fun. That's the reason why I fell in love with all-wheel drive cars, especially like the 2000 GT, the 3000 GT, the Evo, the Lancer, the STI, WSTI, WRX, plethora of other cars. I just love those all-wheel drive based kind of cars, and that's why this gravitated towards me the most. That's why I love the 3000 GTs. I want to get one later on in life. I will, but not now. But I love these kind of cars. These are super iconic. Don't worry, I'll make a separate video on this because I have two other ones, and also I have a Matchbox version of it. Also, I have mainline cars of this. So don't worry, I'll put everything together. We'll make a separate video on that. Also, let y'all know this right now. Um, so that's the story behind why I got into the Mitsubishi 3000 GTs. And if certain somebody listening, I hope you enjoy that story because that's what my passion, my drive is, and that's what led me into this type of area, this type of field, and this expertise of mine. I just love I just love the Japanese cars more than I do like American. Don't take me wrong. Don't say, oh, you're biased. No, I'm not biased. I'm being honest. And I'm not saying anything negative against I'm not saying anything against American car companies. Don't take that the wrong way. What I'm saying though is, at, in my personal feelings in my personal life, and I'm pulling back the onion a little bit, but not too much. I like American cars, but American cars don't have the substance or don't have the juice to squeeze like these cars do. And that's why I gravitated towards more of the Japanese brand more than I do American. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying anything negative against it. I'm just saying my opinion. I'm just voicing myself, telling you how I feel about things. And there's nothing against American cars. American cars go through these types of years, and I'm not going political about it, but it's like a type of year that they'll go up and down, up and down, up and down. Which Japanese culture, it just stays up and it just keeps continuing rising up. And that's what I love about them cars. So I do have a cool sense of feeling about them. And maybe someday I'll have one. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see about how much it takes. Um, but anyway, like I said, I'll do a separate video on it later. I got the other ones in the other room. I wanted to pull this one out and do a quick video. I did the video on the other channel as well. So please feel free to support both channels. I can't thank you enough for that. But anyway, with all my time I have, until next time, everyone, this is Tim Trey, the managing editor. Your boy, God's boy. Please, just do everything like I ask. And let's keep the subscribership going up to 100 subscribers by the end of this summer. And I'll throw a good video about more about my background a little bit more. And I think y'all might like it. Until next time, we're out.